Hello, hello everyone! Welcome back to the Sunday Spotlight, and we return to Fate Grand Order for a very special regular episode. The game recently put out its latest plot chapter, the 5th Lost Belt Atlantis, and I so happened to reach the final boss in time for this year's show. Thought it'd be fun to spin it up, try some silly little challenge parties, and see where that gets me. We'll be skipping cutscenes in and around the fight, and we'll be avoiding spoilers for the most part, especially about the events leading up to the fight, but obviously just showing it gives some things away. Now, let's see here. Now, we covered Fate Go's plot in broad strokes last time, so a quick bit of context on this particular story arc. We previously... clear that out of the way. Ah, yes, Advent Calendar, thank you very much. Yes, I'll take that. Please do give me your gacha phone money, thank you. Alright, so yeah, quick bit of context. We previously managed to fix the world through the power of gacha bucks, but somewhat predictably, Cosmos of the Lost Belt sees it destroyed again. Long story short, the team of mages that was supposed to do your job ended up stuck in cryostasis, where they either were or became a bunch of maladjusted sociopaths. They made a deal with the devil, specifically a Cthulhu-ish entity from space, which we currently only know as the Foreign God. At this point, we still don't know exactly what it is or why it's doing this, but the mages helped this being invade Earth and wipe the surface clean of all life. So yeah, Earth got destroyed, but even harder this time. In return, each of them gets dominion over their own little world, these Lost Belts, and they're all competing Highlander style to see which of theirs will replace history as we know it. There's 7 mages, 7 worlds in total. We're currently on number 5, Atlantis. Now anyway, each is held together. Let's go ahead and get in. Oh, almost certainly, yeah. If we could hug our way out of this, that would be vastly preferable. Right. So here's the thing. Each of these Lost Belts, they're kind of like lab experiments on a societal scale, or a civilizational scale, I should say. There's usually some weird X factor that results in an extreme dystopia, but the important thing is each of them is normally held together by a tree of emptiness. This weird tower thingy spiked into Earth by the Foreign God. Destroy the tree, Lost Belt goes poof. A lot of complicating details, but that's a real rough summary of it. But anyway, yeah, in the current chapter, we're looking at a world of Greek and Roman mythology mixed with basically kind of Star Trek level technology, like some kind of utopia planet in Star Trek with like nanomachines and like all diseases basically cured and so on. Usually the tree is the final boss, but in this case, the end of this chapter is this guy right here, Poseidon. Essentially, he's a living subaquatic Metal Gear. We landed on him, we took out the generators on his hull, and now we're going for the core to bring him down. Now, apparently there's another chapter after this, and that's when we'll actually get to the tree and the people actually running the Lost Belt. But yeah, anyway, for the most part, it's not a complicated fight. Certainly not like the Guildfest stuff. Let's get in here. So yeah, we've only got 2 enemies, an archer and a lancer. There's the core itself, and there's Chiron, the archer, who's an antagonist in this chapter. There's some break bars with a few gimmicks, some annoying debuff locking, hard protection issues. The main thing is having a team that can take out a lancer and an archer. Chiron keeps you from just throwing sabers at it and declaring victory. Still, a variety of team comps can take it down if you put your best foot forward. Yeah, a few months from now, got it. What we're doing here is something a little less orthodox. I've set up several teams with my cavalry trio of Medusa, Medea, and Serenity, as well as one for Okita. These are outside situations where they're typically useful, but with the right supports and a little bit of luck, they can still pull it off. Let's see if we've got someone here. I guess that'll do. Thank you, Don SG. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, I have tried several of these teams before. So let me zip over a little bit. So yeah, we'll be trying the Medusa team first, because I got close enough to the end that I could declare victory, and that's basically what we're going to do. These aren't solo builds, with the possible exception of Okita, but I've tested them, and they are capable of getting through. The problem is, it's not a guarantee. Behind every challenge build is several, if not dozens, of attempts trying to get it just right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with my Medusa team here, with Summer Hokusai at the end to basically be the final damage dealer. If we can get far enough where I can comfortably declare victory by her, we'll withdraw from the fight, and we'll put it to a vote who to try next. So here are the other teams. So I've built one around Fran with a lead-off hitter. I'll have a different support for that. But then Medea for some support, and Benny Enma to finish off. Yeah. That's the thing. I should be okay on supports. I know a few people that have all the big ones, so I'm good for there. So yeah, the third party doing a lot of poison meme stuff, Serenity shooting, and lastly, really weird attempts to kind of sort of make a solo Okita party. The main problem here is the Archer. She really needs help keeping him off her back while she does damage. I figure throwing as much taunt support as possible might get it done. But we're going to start with Medusa, and we'll see where it gets us. Let's get to it. Alright, we'll skip this cutscene. Take heart, Finn. One day, Scotty will come home. One day. Alright. Tonight we are going to ponder the orb with as much crit action as we possibly can. Alright. One interesting tidbit, we have support from Jason in this fight in the sense that he's constantly laying down buffs from afar. Let me up the speed here. I moved it back to BlueStacks here. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't quite work. So there's a couple of gimmicks to be aware of with these guys. One, Chiron has this special buffed Zeus Clarinomia, which basically makes him a little bit harder to take down than usual, has him do more damage. Also, he's got a pretty nasty Guts buff that triggers once this break bar happens. The worst of it is that his Noble Phantasm is on a short charge time, and it pierces all defenses. Your only hope is to have Guts up or to stun lock him. The core is its own special headache, and it's got a pretty nasty Noble Phantasm of its own. Big problem is it charges at double time, so it's firing every 3 turns. The break bars aren't too much help either. That's the first one you break will have a 3-turn stun, which is nasty to work around if you don't have a debuff cleanse. So what we're going to do, not a bad start. This is going to depend heavily on generating as many crit stars as possible, so Medusa, who does not have class advantage against Chiron, can get enough crit stars to finish him off. Now, Scotty makes some miracles, especially 2 of her, but again, this is very luck dependent. So, we're going to start here. Now, this is a bit turn sensitive because eventually they start laying down a lot of buff protection and removing your own attack buffs. In fact, it's a good idea not to lay your attack buffs down in the first one. Fortunately, card-specific buffs aren't affected, but they will be trying to peel stuff off you as you're trying to get through them. They'll also have hard protection in the form of invulnerability on the core and evade on Chiron, which is why I've equipped Medusa with a craft essence that applies Ignore Invincible. This puts her at a disadvantage with NP generation, but at this point, landing the hits is more important than anything else. So we're going to try this time. We're going to start with a quick chain. Ah, Medusa, show him what you got. Nice. Alright, not a bad start. One possible strategy, if you can go in with a card that gives you crit stars to start with, you might actually be able to break this bar on the first turn. And sometimes I tried it a couple times with Lancer Medusa, and she can actually 2-turn Chiron when the stars align just right. So, this is actually pretty good, because she'll be able to basically get her Noble Phantasm up immediately. We have a special surprise in mind for when we break these bars. So, we're going to Bloodfort Andromeda. And, okay, so they didn't do any buff blocking. That's good, that's good. Let's give it a try. Alright. Now, one thing they've added since, well, not really added, but that I've actually invested in since the Guildfests video, is card enhancement, which each card has special little effects. You see them marked by these icons here. There's a variety of these enhancements. And it's a small QP cost each one. The main thing is you need these special keys to unlock them. It's just further ways to upgrade your character and have them do special things. In this case, one of our cards increases all critical strength for the rest of the turn. Another one increases critical strength on a specified arts card. And the third one applies sure hit, which in this case doesn't help me too much. But lead off like this, and the crit here, if it happens, will do more damage, and especially here. So, let's have her lay into Chiron. There we go. That's it. Good girl. Alright, now, Poseidon Core is ready to fire, so we've got a couple options here. The main thing I have to deal with it is this. We'll go ahead and bring in Hans here. Now, Hans is a common servant. You can get him on the freebie roll. He does, however, come highly recommended for two reasons. One, he's got a whole suite of handy abilities, and two, his low deployment cost. So we're going to charge him up. I'm going to do this, which Mermaid's Love got an upgrade not too long ago. I want to say it was earlier this year, which instead of just giving crit stars, also increases the MP gauge each turn, which is very handy to have on your primary damage dealer. That's what we're going to do for Medusa. Alright, now lay down crit strengths, boost here. Now this is handy because these quick buffs are going to wear off this turn. So she's going to lose her advantage against Chiron. That's a problem. But this will pop the core. Actually, let's see if we can stun you first. Because what we'll do... Yeah, let's do this. What I have here is Scotty with a max limit broken kaleidoscope, so she'll be able to perform her NP, which shields the whole party for one turn, which is long enough for this thing to fire. Chiron will also fire, but because I have a taunt CE on Hans, he'll take the bullet for it. And he'll take the bullet for the stun as well once we pop that. So, let's... do I need anything else? Actually, did the stun land? It didn't look... Oh, I didn't apply the stun. Silly me. That's alright. I was going to do the attack thingy anyway. Alright. So, let's see if we can get... Let's see what kind of damage we can do here. I'm going to lead with that just so Hans can try to get his NP up, but I'm not... Actually, no, that's right. He's going to be stunned through this. Sorry, Hans. Not today. Maybe we'll get lucky. Who knows? Ah, she just nails the delivery there. You, Asakawa, you are a national treasure. Alright, so yeah, nasty stun gets laid on Anderson. And Chiron's going to snipe him. So, not ideal, but... Oh, that's a nice set of crit star arrangement there. Alright, so we need to shield up to protect ourselves from the core. Let's go ahead and give another attack buff. It's more for the entire party. Right. Yeah, so we've lost our edge with the quick buff, which hurts. But Hans giving us a little boost with his own crit damage buff will help us do a little bit more against Chiron. I think he gets back about 45,000 once his guts buff triggers, so let's give it a whirl. Almost got him. Thank you much, Scotty. Yeah, in addition to doing damage, that big beam also steals your NP and crit stars. So it's one of several things in this fight that you kind of have to tank through or work around. Yeah, attack buffs just went away. That stings a bit. Alright. Waver's on the job now, so let's see what we can do here. Alright. Should probably... Scotty will get her charge back just in time. What the hell, let's live dangerously. Like I said, this is a very luck-based operation. We do at least have a stun from the plug suit, so let's see what we've got here. Alright. Yes! Oh, that's my girl! Almost got him. Alright. Oh, yeah, we got stars for days, baby. We got this. Now. Alright, we'll have her... Yeah, here's what we'll do. Well, the problem is the evade on there. Waver can't punch through that. If she does kill him, he'll blast the core. That works out. Sorry, I'm doing some talking to myself through the strategy here. There's a lot of moment-to-moment adjustments. Ah, fuck! Yeah, see, without the Scotty buffs there, crit damage falls off considerably. And I think also they stripped the crit damage off of from Waver. Alright, on the other hand... Alright, let's put a stun on you. Yes! Okay, now we can finish this guy. So. Let's do this, and do this. Nice, nice, nice! Yeah, there we go. Alright. Now. Hey, isn't this perfect? Isn't this just perfect? This is actually going way better than last time. My last successful attempt, getting to just the last break bar with my saber up, had most of the party down already. So we're actually getting a pretty lucky break here. So, alright, we are going to shield up. And let's see where this goes. So, yeah, you know what, we'll do that. Yeah, what the hell. We'll do this, this, and this. Get a little more oomph for the NP. Scotty has her uses. She's not as generally useful as someone like Merlin just because she lacks that on-demand hard invulnerability. She's more narrowly focused on crit teams, but having a team-wide evade plus a pretty big mana battery or NP battery and a monstrous quick crit buff is just it is exactly what crit teams needed. There was a very big gap between them and Buster and Arts teams, which had natural advantages in that Buster teams can more reliably put out damage, Arts teams can more reliably charge NP across the board. So yeah, she was a game changer. Anyway, so let us continue to rack up them stars. What isn't to say she can't be worked around? Like I said, if you put a gun to my head over who's more useful overall, it's still Merlin. There's just very few servants that do what he does as well as he does. But there's a reason a lot of people have been working hard to get her. Anyway, course, all that's going to change when Castoria comes out, which I think is... I know it's in 2022. I want to say it's like March or something. I forget exactly when. But I know there's a lot of anticipation for her. Anyway, alright, looks like we need to charge up again. Damn, that thing comes up quick. Alright. Waver, my dude. I think you can buy us some time if you charge... July. Okay, so it's a little bit further yet. Yeah, what the hell. Play a little more conservatively. See if we can get to that last break bar before Hokusai takes the field. Alright. Shame it couldn't have been a quick card. Ah, perfect. Alright. Tapping Waver here lets him do this. A lot of the challenge of these fights is getting the damage onto the servants you need so they get the charge they need in order to fire off their NP, which allows you to do all sorts of fun things. Like this. Do I want to... Yes, let's stun you first. Fuck! Ah, I see why. Yeah, see, he put this up, which is pretty nasty, too. Debuff immune. It's a triple layered, so once it's up, you have to exhaust it or remove it in order to actually lay down a stun or anything. So since we can't stun, we're going to have to count on Waver for a charge here. Or a charge drain. Actually, I don't know if that is blocked by debuff resist. I think it's not, but I can't remember. We'll find out. We are awaited in Valhalla. Actually, wait now. We'll gamble on a crit here. It is not. Okay, good. Alright, off you go. Alright, good. Yeah, it's pretty much the only thing that worked on him. That is a lucky orb right there. As you can see, it doesn't do a lot of damage by itself. The main thing is it just fires its main gun so often that sooner or later it wears you down one way or the other. Now you can see here we're out of hard protection, so when this fires... Yeah, exactly. God, if only. Alright. So we've run out of road here, so this front line is basically toast. So all we can do is as much damage as we can. Actually, get a few crit stars in as well. Why not? We're awaited in Valhalla. Oh yeah! You did good, all of you. Way better than I expected. Especially you, Medusa. Alright, yeah, I got the idea. Sorry, Waver, didn't mean to cut you off. Alright, now we actually... excuse me. There. So we actually do have a Scotty left standing. Main damage dealer from now on is Hokusai here, her summer version, which has all sorts of fun things here. I don't have her skilled up all the way, but she's well equipped for the task at hand. Let's see. Start. High guts. Yes, that's very valuable. Excellent. Excellent. Critical strength increases during critical attacks. Oh, I think that's a good place to start. We'll want to hang out at that guts thing. Good start, gather rate. Yeah, that's just gather rate. God, if only this was up. But we'll have to do what we can. Alright. Maybe we can get lucky here, but I'm not banking on it. Try and get her NP up. That's where the bonus for damage is going to be. Alright, here we go. Now. We'll lay down some extra... yeah, we'll lay down some extra damage here. Alright, now we're talking. Oh, yeah. Alright, slight issue with its invulnerability, but it's only a 2-stack, which can be overwhelmed. Definitely time to put shields up. This should get us to... oh, shit, because of the drain. Yeah, you know what? We'll want as much charge as we can. Right on the line here. Okay, good. If you got at least 120, then he cannot drain your NP just with his weapon. Nice. You lasted as long as you need to, Scotty. Alright. Now, I think we're right at the line, actually. I think we can safely call that a win. We're talking razor thin here, but between her Noble Phantasm and her attack chain, I feel pretty confident in saying that would finish off the core. So, let's back out, and let's try another team. And yeah, obviously you can replace her with whatever damage dealer you feel most comfortable with. There's a lot of sabers that could easily do the job. If you happen to have Okita or Musashi, that's obviously a prime choice. Musashi especially would be an excellent choice, given that she can pierce invuln and has invulnerability herself. But there's a lot of 4-star sabers that could do it as well. Yagyu has a lot of the same skills, along with hard survival himself, and would be an excellent choice. So, let's go to the next one. That would most likely require... actually, we'll just grab someone for now. Okay, so quick refresher on the teams. 1, lead off with Fran, tag in Medea as needed, finish with Benny Enma. 2, start with Poison Memes, we've got Serenity, we've got Shootin'. Eventually, Benny Enma steps in again. Or 3, we try to solo it with Okita, just have an entire lineup devoted to taunting away. I will leave the decision to you, chat. What are you feeling? Waver's a good dude, but I feel like more people have him than have actually rolled for him. Like, I think almost everybody that got him has just had him show up randomly. I think he's almost the only one that can, come to think of it. Well, no, Tamamo can show up as well. But yeah, the 2 most prized ones, Scotty and Merlin, are specifically banner only. Oh, man. That is yours, isn't it? Yeah, there he is. Check it out. You know what? That works. Let's use that. Why not? Fenn's going to help us out this time. Honestly, probably a better fit. Like, yeah, how this team works is I have Scotty charge Fran up. She takes out the first 2 break bars from the get-go. We basically eat the taunts and tag in people as we go. Like, I can bring Medea in, and she's got a debuff clear, and then we whittle down as much as we can. Tamamo steps in as needed, and then eventually we have Benny Enma there for the finisher. This one's a little more complicated, but between Serenity and Shootin', they actually have a lot of stall abilities. Serenity has a charge drain and an NP block. Shootin', I don't know if she blocks NP, but she does block skills, and she basically lays down every other debuff, along with a charm, which is very valuable, at least on Chiron. I don't think it works on Poseidon. And this is basically just pure survival. She can very easily handle the orb. Chiron is the question mark. Although actually Gareth, surprisingly, can do decently against him, just because she's fairly tanky and has an offensive NP. At least I believe she has. So yeah, if there's no hard preference, actually I think I'll give this a try. I think that'll be fun. So, what the hell? Let's give Okita a solo chance. Seems it's a quiet night there. That's all right. Going once, going twice. Any last preferences? Put this here. You got it. Alright. We are away. Alright, Poseidon. You and me. And him and me. Alright. So actually we're off to a pretty good opener here. Like I said, this won't be a pure solo run, but we're basically going to protect Okita as much as possible so she can dice up the core. So, we'll start by having Gareth draw Chiron's attention. Actually, no. We'll hold on to that because we'll want someone to eat the stun and the NP, which, thanks to her guts, she can. Alright, so. Let us see. Yeah, you know what? We will start this off right. So, do we start with a chain? Yes. Alright. I haven't used Gareth a lot, but she's actually got a pretty interesting skill set. She's essentially a defensive-oriented Lancer, like Leonidas, basically, except, if I recall right, apply ignore invincible. Oh, that's useful. Decrease death, single enemy. Okay, so it does actually do damage. Interesting. Yeah, what the heck, we'll start this off. Alright. And away we go. Not going to be using her nukes just yet. We want to break the bar first and see where we go. So, Gareth, lead us off, will you? Actually, we'll have Okita use her Noble Phantasm first, because that does have a defense down. She actually got a really nice upgrade recently with her animations. And they weren't exactly lacking before, but there's a lot more detail to her strikes, and they added the little close-up portrait of her for when she makes her final attack there. It's interesting seeing the little things that have changed over the years. Now, what next? What to next? Alright. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, it's interesting seeing what the state of the game is now versus where it was at launch. And I didn't play it the year it launched, I got in a bit later after Grant talked me into it. And there are some aspects of it that still make it look very much like a... That still make it look very much like a mobile game, but there's been a lot of nice little improvements along the edges. So... Oh, right, I forgot the plug suit for this one. Well, in that case... Shields up. Guts up. I think I was trying this with Scotty, and we might have needed the crit up for that, but we shall see. Or maybe it was Merlin. I mean, the first one did okay. We did good with the Medusa and Summer Hokusai build. I'll put the footage up later, but yeah, the first one did reasonably well. What we're doing here is basically a sacrifice run where everybody tries to stand in for Okita for as long as they can. Alright, so he's going to fire. We let him fire. Ah, fuck. Right, it doesn't matter because he's got evade up. Well, alright. Situation not ideal. We're going to do what we can. Well, that's just it. It wasn't strictly speaking a solo run. It was basically, can my favorite servants make a meaningful contribution long enough before the main DPS stick came in. And surprisingly, yes, they could. Alright. Now... Alright, we'll see if Gareth can eat that Noble Phantasm. I suspect I might have misaligned myself, but we'll see if we can get lucky here. Knowing my luck, he'll probably snipe... Well, knowing my luck, I'm expecting the core to shoot Gareth and then Chiron to snipe. Let's not think it. Let's not jinx myself here. Damn it. Yeah. No, I needed one. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Shit. Actually. No, I'm a dummy. I should have had the plug suit on because here was the plan. Avisbron has a very unique skill that activates on death that applies invincible to his party members. And I have the taunt C up because he was supposed to eat a Noble Phantasm. So, yeah. Huh. You know what the hell? When in Rome. I'm not expecting to pull this off, but fuck it. Let's see how far we do. Let's see how far we get. Alright, so... Charge everything up. Yeah, the idea is that once his skill triggers, that would protect the team from this guy's Noble Phantasm. Which actually, it will, because he'll be charged up to full the next round. Alright. Ah, okay. I see what's going on here. So, he'll still blast us. Bash, put a shield up. Let's give this a try. So. Nice. Yeah, for plot fights in the Lost Belt, MASH is required to have her Ortnax side up. Which isn't bad, it's just not as universally useful as her default loadout. In particular, she's got 2 taunts, which is good for fight control, but only one of them is linked to Invincible. And this one, increase NP gauge, it's a charge up. This, however, is no longer targeted, so she can't shield another party member. And this is very situationally useful. She can temporarily increase her Buster card's effectiveness, and if she gets crit stars, she can do quite a bit of damage, but that's very selectively useful. Yeah, Galahad was way better. I'm expecting that maybe in Lost Belt 6 we will see some kind of upgrade to her, but I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. Right, it's a really weird change to her kit. I'm not sure what the idea was. Anyway, so we need to continue whittling down Chiron. And do we want crit stars? Yes, we kind of do. The hope here is that we can get her charged back up to fire again. Oh, damn. I was hoping the defense buff would apply, but he's got status invulnerability up. Yeah, debuff invulnerability. That's an annoying thing in this fight, as I have previously mentioned. So, yeah, let's give this a try. That they are. It's absolutely essential for your favorite servant to get one. Basically, when I get to a point where I can safely declare victory, I withdraw from the fight. In Hokusai's case, there was about 100,000 left on its break bar, and she had her NP up. Yeah, exactly. Turn before the win, I back out. Alright, so now, we do need you down before you fire again. Mash could take the hit if absolutely necessary, but we're hoping it doesn't come to that. So let us charge you up. Yeah, honestly, it's just a silly little... yeah, exactly. It's just a silly little personal challenge. Alright. So, what do we have to work with? Not a lot, unfortunately. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this turn. We'll have her fire her NP and her taunt. That should shield the entire party and eat the snipe from Chiron. Yeah, honestly, here we go. Alright, so here's what we'll do. Try and get some crit stars up from Okita, but I'm not expecting much. Like I said at the start, behind every silly main run or servant soloing strategy is usually a whole bunch of attempts trying to get it right because the cards have to align just so. And every now and then the crit you need just doesn't happen, even if you get like 90%. It happens. So yeah, here we go. Let's see. Let's give you a buff. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I like about Fate Grand Order, is that it is... Generally speaking, the fights don't rely on RNG that much. It's the ones that do where it stands out. And a big part of the strategy is actually controlling the random elements. Making sure that you minimize the chances of something going wrong, maximize the chances of something going right. Now, what do we do here? This is a bit of a gamble, but with Mash's shield up, she should survive this. Emphasis on should. Alright, so... Yeah, what the heck, we'll have her lead with that as well. She's got one of the other card effect things, and that provides slightly extra bit of damage protection there. Not a lot, but every little bit might help. Yeah, it wasn't Waver's fault. The deck was just stacked. Alright. Nice! You did good, Mash. You did exactly what you needed to do. Alright. Jengong was here largely for the stars on entry and for his own taunt. Actually, this little thing, which every little bit helps. And let's get Buster Card Effectiveness. Yeah, why not? Alright. So, ooh. Yeah, he's the anti-Pope. I honestly don't know what his deal is all that much. He's kind of, he showed up... God, he showed up in China, but I completely don't remember what he did there. It had something to do with red hair. Tactician, that's it, yeah. God, that feels like a lifetime ago. Okay. So... we might be able to spike him down. I do want her to have the chain. The problem is he's got the guts buff up, so that doesn't help much. Yeah, he didn't really have a lot going on there. So here's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping we lead off with this. And that will do just enough damage to trigger the buff, followed by this. Here goes nothing. Valhalla awaits, Okita. Yes! Oh! Oh, that's good stuff! Oh, man. That is working. That is working for me. Now, let's see here. His taunt is going to be a little bit irrelevant. That was mostly just there. Yeah, the evade is a bit of an issue, unfortunately. And I did have a CE with sure hit on it, I believe. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. Wrong servant. Tactical advisor in the Dynasty Warriors age. Effective with food before being executed with him. Okay, yeah. Alright, we'll just get her NP up as much as we can. Yeah, he wasn't really doing much there. Ah, oh, you cocksucker. Of course, he put his evade up again. Alright, well, again, the party is going to eat shit for this, but... Oof. The only person to waver. Honestly, we're all going to die together at this point, but we'll do what we can. Alright. Shields up. Yeah, exactly. That was a big thing that made Medusa work, is that I gave her a CE with Pierce and Vuln on it. It costs... in terms of her damage output and NP charge, but it was still very, very useful. Alright. Now. You know what, let's just do damage here. At least you can start whittling at it. So, as you can see, this has not gone well. We're probably going to wipe this. What I'll probably do, once I've got Chiron down, is just see it's a finish. Yep. Sorry, boys. You did good. Oh, of course he takes Okita's buff away. Alright. Now, of course, he's got his NP up, so if she doesn't finish him, that's game. Fuck it. Death or glory. Yeehaw! Ah. Sorry, Okita.
Yay!
Aw, thanks for the follow. Aw, thanks for the head pat, Tosaka. Good to have you. Alright, yeah, not happening here. Okay, so we got some choices here. Should I just use command spells and finish this? Should I go back and set up a party specifically to crush this? Or should I try one of the other parties? I will leave the decision up to chat. Now, you know what? I'll back out and we'll show off the other parties. Don't wait to see us in this one. Yeah, I gotcha. We shall withdraw. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so yeah, let me show off the parties again, for those just joining us. So, our Medusa party worked fine. It was down to the wire, but we did make it. The second party was leading off with Fran, and having Medea and Benny Enma on backup, basically cramming every support servant I can into the lineup. The other was using a lot of poison and debilitating status effects. I'm less confident with this one, I will confess. The first two I very definitely got within striking range. This one was a lot more luck dependent. And this was something I put together just... I don't know, it was like 3 in the morning. I think I might have been either half asleep or drunk or both. But... given we're about an hour in, I think what I'll probably do is Set up a yeah, we'll set up a party to just crush this. So, we are going to fiddle with our lineup here. Now, let's finish this fucker. Gonna want some hard survivability for this. And we are fucking away. Yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember barely surviving one of the Guildfest challenges with Ku being the last man standing. It was the one against Mysterious Heroine Alter, where she gradually starts losing health at an insane rate, but you have to go through a gauntlet of these psychotically overtuned buffs for it. It took a lot of tries, but Ku eventually was able to survive it. Good question. We'll see how this goes. It might not actually come to that. So, we're going to start this off on the right foot. Alright. Now, her stun's got a decent chance to hit, but it's not too necessary on Chiron just yet. Let's see what happens here. Nice! Oh yeah. They've added some nice improvements, Medusa. She's still not all that sought out as far as 4-star Lancers go, but with a little bit of love and a little bit of attention, she can actually be very, very useful. Because a lot of the most annoying archers are male, her charm happens to work on them. And they also gave it a quick debuff down. So let's... of course the charm didn't work, fortunately the quick resist did. So, let's pump her up a little bit more. Yeah, there are definitely, just thinking of my strategy here. Do I want... Nah, you know what, we'll do this. Ah, fuck! See, that's what I was worried about, the crit, missed the crit on the quick. Uh-oh, stream buffering? Alright. Well... That's weird. Let me know if it stops. I can pause the stream and sort it out. Yeah, I think every now and then Twitch just has headaches. Alright, so we'll have Scotty. And see what happens. Oh, that's more like it. Yes! Ah, shit. Okay, that's a problem. Alright. Fuck! Alright, so... Shields up, he'll pierce through the shields, but hopefully the guts gets through it. Yeah, Chiron is a dick in this. I probably should have given someone Invuln Pierce. Might as well charge her NP. Someone here is going to eat the bullet. That hurts, but acceptable losses. Sorry, Scotty. Please don't tell her I said acceptable losses. Alright. Now, between these two, they should be able to bring him down once and for all. So, let us fire this. Actually, yeah, NP will take it out, and we'll go from there. Yeah, she's not quick to forgive about that sort of thing, I understand. Yeah, I like to imagine Waver was just standing back there smoking a cigar or something going, well, saw that coming. Oh, can you finish him? Yes! Oh, that's my girl! Aw, thanks, Jason. Finally, he does something useful back there. Okay, now. Shit, it's ready to fire again. Okay. Guts up. Waver, protect yourself, my dude. Yeah, we'll try this. Yeah, I've come around on the older Waver look. I know most people just leave him in his last ascension and leave it at that, but he looks dignified. Understandable. Understandable. Alright. Might as well heal up. Alright. Okay, so good. His will recharge in time for the next one. That works fine. Let's get some crit stars here. Why not? He does too, probably. Actually, certainly. That was the whole point of the interlude. That was the whole point of the interlude with him and the twins. He is not a happy man when he's forcibly transformed into a kid. Oh, well. Well, well, well. How can I resist this? Yeah, let's do this. Give you a little bit of... Oh, actually, yeah, why not? Right, yeah, it's kind of his ideal form. Or, yeah, his stronger form. And I've kind of come around on him as a character. Like, he didn't really have much of a story presence early on, but when he shows up in events, has moments where he plays against the type of character he knows he looks like, and allows himself to indulge in his weird little, like, nerd habits and such. Okay, so let's... Okay, so the charge range should work. That's good. Ku, do you pierce and Vuln? Sure hit. You do not. Damn. Alright. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Charm, I don't know if it works on Poseidon. Oh, fuck. I was counting on the quick thing to work, but it does not. Okay, so not a lot we can do. We'll just have to count on the charge drain. Off we fucking go. I don't think it'll get back in time. But more damage is more damage. Right, yeah, he's kind of notoriously difficult to get along to. It's not exactly putting on airs, but he kind of... There are aspects to himself that he doesn't always get to show off, but occasionally gets to let his hair down. And lets him be a little more interesting than he appears. Yeah, I really need to pay better attention to that. That is a consistent issue when I'm editing the other videos. I'm like, oh, of course, the tutorial explained this exact thing. Alright, anyway. Can her stun do things? I believe it can. Why not? Let's go crazy. Right, yeah, that was a pretty big part of the Fate Zero event. Alright. I thought it had worn off. Actually, I think I finally exhausted it. Well, of course, Ku's the last one standing. Well, we still have Okita. Actually, we're in somewhat dicey... Okita and Mash, right. Sorry, Mash. Oh, well now. Welly, welly, welly. What do we have here? Better uses for that skill, but it's on a fairly low cooldown. She will last at least 5 turns. So, let us punish the orb. Mash. Draw some attention to get your charge up. Oh, yeah! Okie dokie. Oh, that would have been an even better use for it. That's alright. Those will not be factors in this. Evade up, my friend. Let's focus on getting our charge up. I see the invuln this time. So, let us work around it. There we go. Okay. Of course, he charges it up again. Alright, Mash. Shields up. My friend, guts up. Alright. Now... Yeah, the freaking invuln. That is an issue. That is not a small issue. Alright. Screw it. We will bide our time. And get us some stars. Not much stars, and of course he's going to eat them right up. That is okay. Hey, we get him right back. Outstanding. Yeah, Ryan would actually be a pretty good choice for this. I know it would be against class advantage, but given the size of the crits he's capable of pulling out, I 100% believe there are solo strategies about him specifically. Okay, now, right. We need to finish pondering the orb. Mash, let's take a chance on you getting a lucky crit. Yes! Oh, good hit. Good hit, Mash. Oh, she paid for it. But yeah, weird edge cases like that are what Bunker Bolt was meant for. Yeah. Figures I missed the crit for 80%, but I hit one for 30. Now! Oh, now we can finally fuck us up an orb here. Oop. Give Okita a little bit of breathing room there. And off we fucking go! Oh, why is she so perfect? Put your invuln up. I'll kick your ass right through it. Ooh, and her buster's up. If I recall, right? Oh, now you fucked up, sir. You have fucked up now. Shinsengumi owns this lost belt, bitch. See you in hell. Rock and or roll. Nice job, everyone. If the stars had landed a little bit differently, Medusa would actually probably have taken Chiron out much earlier. Like, one of my tries, she actually busted him in 2 turns, just because the crits landed that way. But yeah, if you got a heavy damage dealer in the back, and adequate protection up front, someone to take out Chiron, someone to work around the hard invuln, there's a lot of little caveats here. But overall, it's a pretty fun fight. It's a good way to wrap up the chapter, and I'm looking forward to what they add. I'm looking forward to what comes up in the next section of the Lost Belt. Because, yeah, there's going to be more here. There's more plot we haven't really resolved yet. But I'm looking forward to it. The story was actually honestly really good. Everything with Super Orion was really, really fun. He walked the fine line between comedy hero and action hero. And it was kind of a fun little twist in the legends with him and Artemis. Yeah, your waiver did help. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you swapping in the Fragment of 2030 CE as well. That was really helpful. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. I was going to do a tier list just for stupid fun, but a little bit late tonight, so I'll probably do that another night. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a good night. And more Yakuza next week, followed by I'm not sure what. I will be taking the week of Christmas off, but we'll go into more detail on the plans when we get there. But yeah, I'll stop recording. We'll see who's available for raid. And have a good night. Thanks everyone for coming.